Welcome. In this video, I'll be going over how to subtract mixed numbers, and I'll go over two different ways to get to the same answer. And you can use either option that's easiest for you. So let's get started. Our problem on the board is 7 2/3 minus 3 5/6. And our option 1 is to separate the whole number from the fraction. So I'm going to start with the fraction portion. So we have 2/3 minus 5/6. Okay, so in order to subtract or add fractions, you have to have a common denominator, and the denominator is the bottom two numbers. In order to get us to the same bottom numbers, we're going to take 3 times 2, and whatever you do to the bottom number, you have to do the same to the top number. So we're going to take 2 times 2 here. Okay, let's go ahead and rewrite this. So 2 times 2 is 4, and then 3 times 2 is 6, minus 5/6. Okay, so normally option 1 is my preferred method. However, in this problem, you'll notice that this step is going to require a lot more steps in order to get to our final answer. And the reason why is because you have here 4 minus 5 is going to get us a negative number. So we can't have that. So we're going to have to borrow from the whole number on the top. So the 4/6 is this first fraction or first mixed number. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and borrow 1 from the 7. So this is going to turn into a 6. So I'm just going to put an X over the 7. And again, we borrowed one whole number. So now let's convert this one whole number to a fraction. So I'm going to go ahead and use this 3 right here on the bottom. So the bottom is going to be 3. And the top is also going to be 3, because if you take 3 over 3, that is a one whole number. Okay, now we're going to have to add the 3 over 3 to the 4/6 so that we can have a bigger number in order to subtract the 5/6. So again, we don't have a common denominator here. So in order to add, you have to have 2 of the same numbers on the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 3 times 2. That's going to get us to the 6. And whatever you do to the bottom number, you have to do the same to the top number. So we're going to take that times 2. Okay, let's go ahead and rewrite. So 3 times 2 is 6. And then 3 times 2 is 6. And then we're going to add 4/6. Okay, so now we can just go ahead and add the top two numbers because we have a common denominator of 6. All right, so 6 plus 4 is 10. And then the bottom number remains the same. So now we're going to finally subtract this 5/6. So let's go ahead and bring this down here. 5/6. Okay, again, we have a common denominator, so we can just subtract the top numbers. So 10 minus 5 is 5, and the bottom number remains the same, which is a 6. Okay, so this is the fraction portion. So now let's work on the whole numbers. So again, we changed the 7 to a 6 because we borrowed one whole number. So we're going to have 6 minus our other whole number is a 3. Okay, so 6 minus 3 is 3. Okay, now let's combine our whole number and our fraction to get to our final answer. So I'm going to write it up here. So we have a 3, which is our whole number, and then 5/6, which is our fraction portion. So our answer to this problem is 3/5/6. Okay, so now let me go ahead and show you the second option. I'm going to go ahead and erase this. I'm going to rewrite the problem. 7 2/3 minus 3/5/6. Okay, so our second option is to convert this mixed fraction to a improper fraction. And what does that mean? That means we're going to combine the whole number with the fraction. Okay, our first step is going to be taking the 3, which is the bottom number, times 7, which is the whole number. And then we're going to add 2, which is the top number. So let's go ahead and rewrite this. So we're going to take 7 times 3 plus 2, and that's going to be our top number, over 3. Our bottom number is going to remain the same. Okay, let's get our answer to this first. So which is 7 times 3 equals to 21 plus 2 is 23 over 3. The bottom number remains the same. Okay, and now let's work on our second mixed number, which is you're going to take 6 times 3, and then you're going to add the 5, which is the top number. So let's go ahead and rewrite it. 3, which is our whole number, times 6, which is the bottom number, plus 5, which is the top number. And the bottom number remains the same. Okay, so 3 times 6 is 18, plus 5 is 23 over 6. Okay, so now we can go ahead and subtract the two improper fractions. So we're going to go ahead and rewrite it. Right here, 23 minus 3 minus 23 over 3 minus 23 over 6. In order to subtract, we need a common denominator. So we're going to take 3 times 2, and that's going to get us to the 6. And then whatever you do to the bottom number, you have to do the same to the top number. Okay, so 23 times 2 is 46. And then 3 times 2 is 6 minus 23 over 6. So now we have a common denominator of 6. So we can just go ahead and subtract the top numbers. So 46 minus 23 is 23. And then your bottom number remains the same, which is 6. So now we have an improper fraction, but we don't have our final answer yet because we have to convert it back to a mixed number to get to our final answer. So how do you convert this back to a mixed number? You have to think about how many times can a 6 go into the 23. So let's take 3. So if we take 3 times 6, that is 18. So 3 turns into our whole number, and then we're going to subtract the 18 from 23 to come up with our top number of our fraction. So 23 minus 18 is 5, which is basically what is left out of the 23 after moving the whole number to the front, which is 3. Okay, so now the bottom number remains the same, which is 6, and this turns into our final answer. Now we have 3, 5, 6. So I showed you 2 different ways to solve this problem. And the first step was to separate the whole number from the fraction. And then the second step was to convert to an improper fraction and then converting it back to a mixed number to get to our final answer. If you found this video helpful, please press the like button so my videos can reach more people. And make sure to subscribe for more videos.